wagging his tail.
You are
It's a window.
Hey everyone!
Hi, I think we're live.
We are live.
We're live. We're live.
We are live.
Don't mind the little bit of conversation about I had with Dozer just then. He's like, just brought his toy in. He's like, Dad, can you just throw my
Like
toy?
you guys sitting down, you don't look busy. I'll bring my toy in.
So
Since you're
anyway,
sitting there. So hi everybody. Great to see you.
hi
Well,
everybody.
great to be here with you. Can't see you.
We're on another live. Is this like a what is this one called?
We just call them all recap and chat.
A recap and chat. That's
yeah,
what we
this
got.
is number 15, I think.
Oh, the little counter only just started, like live for seconds. Maybe that first bit didn't happen.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh no, maybe we'll say hello again. Hi.
Hi. Well,
hi, Judith.
We just got a little timer on the screen and it only just started
Hi.
the live. Hi, we are here.
Hi, Judith. Hi, Five Acre Farm. Hey, Yoska. Tell me if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yoska, is that right? Well, we're here. So we're here for the Rockpile recap and chat. Let's just waffle on for half an hour.
Let's do it. So one of the reasons why we want to come on is to have a chat about our fencing, because we've done. You might have noticed that our last bunch of videos have been about fencing. We've been getting the paddock ready for Miss Moo for some summer.
And she's enjoying it immensely.
Yes, her and Peanut,
that's good.
Little Peanut, are enjoying it
very
much.
We have a dog,
and we have a dog.
Yeah.
So so we thought maybe this might be a good opportunity if anyone's got any questions about. And the cat's joined us as well.
Why do you keep all these animals in the house?
That's fine. Should be fine.
Oh, God.
So in case you guys had any questions, so it can be a little bit of a Q&A, but through those videos there's been
a lot of comments.
Yeah, like a lot of comments. A few people like asking, oh, why did you do it this way or not that way? Or
you should have done it this way and shouldn't have done it that way.
Yeah.
More to the point.
Yeah. Like they're kind of telling us what we've done wrong, and we don't mind, like we love feedback and comments and stuff, but
you have no idea how thick this is. It's like gay.
I mean, it's not that we can't do things wrong, but usually like we have reasons behind what we do. And when we're like when I'm editing, it doesn't kind of keep everything.
There's so much, because I take so much footage, like hours and hours of footage. And then Amanda goes through it all and tries to make it into like a 20-minute video. And there's probably so much stuff that...
And Corey just like...
I don't stop talking the whole time.
No, he's just like, like a stream of
consciousness, because I feel as if I've got
an
audience, right? Like my audience is you guys. And I just feel as if everyone's there and I'm just doing stuff and I'm just talking non-stop. So there's so much info that doesn't quite make it. And there's bits and pieces that we've had comments about stuff.
Yeah.
And it probably got said when I was doing it, but didn't make the final cut,
Yeah, got to keep things. Got to keep things popping.
Yeah.
You know, so we don't waste your guys' time when you're watching our videos. Keep
yes.
Going. Judith asked you how your foot's going.
Oh, hello, Judith. Yes, my foot is going. I'm going to go. It's going really good. The pain I used to have, like that little lightning bolt every step, gone. I find the cold weather. We've had a lot of really just bad weather the last few weeks. Been pretty chilly in the mornings. The cold weather makes it a bit stiff in the mornings. Flat ground's no problem. In the house, all good. When I'm outside on the uneven ground, I've really got to kind of focus on where my foot is walking, because the uneven ground I just haven't quite got there because I don't have that movement, So it's kind of, I just watch where I'm walking, slow and steady, one step at a time. But generally, it's going pretty good.
So one of the things that Corey's working on with his physio is mobility through the other joints in the foot, because the foot is actually quite complex.
Yeah.
And there's like other areas that he can compensate for a bit of that movement that the ankle joint no longer can do. Not 100% of it, but some of it. So it's something that he'll...
So she's got me doing like exercises and little dance routines and, all this stuff. So it's pretty good. It's going... I'm happy it's going well. And I go back on the 7th of August for my... Essentially, that'll be 6 months from the date of surgery for my checkup, and that X-ray would be 3 months apart from the previous X-ray. Yeah. So they're hoping they can really tell a difference in the healing, you know.
Which means you're probably on track for your goals.
Yeah,
like your goals to definitely kind of get up.
Yeah, and I'm being smart. Like it may look like I'm in some of the videos doing stuff that I shouldn't do. But as I said, that's just the bit that makes the cut because generally
and there's a lot of the time, like
easy.
I'm jumping in and out and doing stuff and moving stuff and doing like most of the walking and
it's great. I left that in the shed. Damn it. Amanda's
I'll go get it.
I'll go get it. You know, so good. So
all right, cool. Thanks, guys.
We're gonna
hey, Emphys. Rachel's here. Can we see bits of Corey's dances? Or maybe.
No, you can't.
They're kind of like modified, like ballet routines. You know how you stand there and you'll go through like the different positions.
Yeah, so I got to like
first position and then like rond de jambe and like all that sort of stuff. So
do you know about ballet? Funny that.
So yeah,
ex-ballet teacher.
No, I never taught ballet.
Oh, you just did ballet?
No, I just did it for fun.
Sorry. Yeah, and I do that with like one of those little stretchy rubber band things, like the Pilates rubber bandy type stretchy things. So I one around the foot, and then I move my leg into, Rajamba or whatever you called it, and then just do it. Keep doing the routine. Yeah, so all good. All good.
Alrighty, so fencing Q&A type thing.
I can't read that book because it's over there.
And I can't read the book because it's fuzzy.
Amanda has a notebook with basically entire life written in it.
Okay. All right, so just check. If you guys have got any fencing questions, drop them in the comments and we'll try to pick them up as we go through.
Yep.
But I don't think there's any... No fencing questions yet. Okay, so someone asked about the stay on that kind of corner sections.
Yes, okay. Yes, okay. So you have your post in the ground on the corner, which defines the corner of your fence. And then you have like that, you can see in the videos, we have like the angled steel posts coming down. Now, they're called stays, or we call them stays because basically you just say, stay there and hold the fence. And that's just what it does. So there's a comment about two comments about them actually. One was, why didn't you run the stay, the diagonal post? Basically, if that's you probably can't see it because I need like an aerial view.
That's all right, the video's fine.
But run the one post sort of diagonally back into the paddock at the equal degrees in from the fence each way. So that would like really support the fence that way. That is a method, not our method here, because
there's a few reasons why it is best practice, but there's a few reasons why you might choose not to do that.
Yeah. So one of the corners is really close to the driveway, and it happens to be that stay would have had to basically come 3 meters out onto the driveway. So we didn't do it there. There is maybe a little bit of talk about possibly goats because we've got like a pretty good electric fence set up, but not sure. Didn't want animals having any chance of climbing it or using it to get out of the paddock. They could climb the fence. I realise that, but they didn't.
Another reason might be if you wanted kind of clear access around the internal of the paddock, like reducing obstacles. So I mean,
because ideally I'd like to be able to drive the little buggy around the perimeter of the fence on the inside of the paddock to kind of keep to check for fallen branches or whatever. And I know if the stay comes into the corner, it doesn't come in very far. You can just drive around it. Yeah, I realise that. But that was just how we chose to do it at the time.
So yes,
and that's
definitely something you can and in a lot of cases should do.
I mean, we would have saved only used one diagonal instead of two, so the cost would have been less.
Okay.
Right? Because we only used one. The other one was the stay, the diagonal, should be 2/3 up the post.
Is that 3/4?
Or 3/4? You'd have to check the question.
Okay.
Maybe 3/4 of the way up the post, maybe 2/3 up the post. I can't remember the comment. So I'll just clarify both. The posts are 1250 high. The stays are at approximately 1 metre. So in my weird math brain, that's close to 1/3 and 1/4. And we'll just go with that.
That's kind of close enough as good enough, but also, good point.
Yep.
Which is why we bring them up.
Yeah.
So Okay, so the rod along the bottom. Someone said if they did it, they would have put rod on the bottom. Now that person obviously mustn't have caught the bit where Corey said, I think next time I do these,
next
I'll put
time
a rod
we're
along
going to
the
put
bottom.
like a 10 mil galvanized rod that goes on the ground, that goes from the bottom of the post to the bottom of the diagonal stud.
Whereas in the videos, Corey has done the wire.
And around
do you want to explain why you would choose the rod instead of the wire?
Yeah, the wire, good chance in a few years it'll rust out and snap. The rod, high chance it won't rust out and break anytime while we're here. So sorry whoever buys the place, but that may be something you need to look at in 25 years time. But yeah, the galvanized rod on the bottom is definitely on the cards for any other fencing that's happening, and just leave it alone. Okay. And we did talk about that, but it didn't make the final.
Rachel asked, how is Summer liking her new space? She's loving it. Yeah, loving it. Her and Peanut spend all day out there just wandering through the trees and
in the jungle.
Yeah, in the jungle.
Not sure if you can see in any of the videos, but I did actually kind of make a track like through the bush a bit to get down to the open space. And when Amanda comes home or in the afternoon or goes out to feed, like afternoonsies, because the cows get afternoonsies, if they're not up in the cow paddock, she calls out and they come like running up the track. It's pretty funny.
They'll do like a little commando course like through the bushes, like jumping over like fallen logs and stuff. Peanut has her own little, she's so cute because she's so little, and she has her own little like tracks through the bush, and she like does these little like jumps over.
You look like a rabbit.
That's what she looks like. She's like, because she's so little. But they're really enjoying it, and we've got plans to expand that further. So, but for the moment, they are, it's all good.
Yeah.
So, and they're stocking it down, planting out really well.
And they come up every night for, as I said, afternoons. We shut that gate, so they're locked in the, like we call it, the home paddock, which is like right near the house, so we can see them going on. They're quite happy in there, and then in the morning they get let out. Oh, they get breakfast, and then they get let out into and it's great. It's working well.
Insulators. Specifically the ceramic ones.
The ceramic insulators. Let's talk insulators. Now, I know they're on the wrong way, and I can't quite explain how they should go, but they should take basically a 180-degree turn.
So there's one video where Corey shows in detail, like tying one up and attaching it. That one was done correctly. And then you went and put like the subsequent ones on, and you did them like the 180. So it's not too hard to go back through and like fix that.
I think you can have a look at the video. But
no. Fix
it is something that.
So, but basically, what it is, you've got the ceramic insulator, and you've got like 2 holes this end and 2 holes that end.
Or 1 hole that goes right through.
Oh, yeah. So with 1 hole, and if the wire's coming around and like pulling it away from the post, and this set of holes is tied back to the post, that is like expansion. That's kind of a more expansion, whereas they work better if they're functioning in compression. So if you kind of flip it 180, so through the further away hole, that's tied back to the post, and the wire coming through is on the inside. So basically the wire coming through, when you tension it, it's pushing out as that one's pulling in. So it's compressing.
The wires are essentially like,
I don't know if that makes sense.
Like that, holding the insulator, as opposed to like that, pulling on the insulator.
Yeah. So basically, as Corey was going through, he did some correctly and some not correctly.
I mean, whoever pointed it out and whoever saw it in the video will understand what we're talking about. So that's that. Am I worried about it? Not really. If the porcelain insulator breaks, I'll change it then, but I'm not going to go through now and change them. In future, we'll do it the other way.
If you remember. Well, when you're just going through and getting things done. Sometimes.
Yeah.
But so there's that one. the ratchet. Someone was saying there's different ways that you can
The ratchet strainer.
do the wire.
So when we done the copper log box section with the gate on it, I showed how I'd use the ratchet strainer to tighten up the diagonal wire bracing. Now, I just do it that way because that's just how I do it. There is a hole that goes right through the strainer, so you can run the wire like straight through the ratchet strainer and out the other side and tie it off each end, and then use the strainer to tighten the wire. And as someone said on the comment, you can, if you're doing like a long run of single strand, whatever, say 100-meter run, you can slide 2 or 3 of them on the fence, on the wire to start with, and you don't have to tighten them up. You just have them down there, and then, you know, whenever the wire starts to sag a bit, you've got these 3 strainers that you can just tighten up and do that. Now, I didn't do it on what we did because my reason is our ratchet strainer has 2 holes in the spool, so I like to put the 2 wires in, whereas the other strainers that I do have in the shed only have a single hole in the middle and a single hole coming out the end.
Is that the one they're talking about?
Oh, you can do it. You can do it on both.
Okay.
But just the one with the 2 holes in the spool, you're going to run the wire off to the edge, like 10 mil off center.
Yeah. So that was for the diagonal bracing on the box section that we did on the gate video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And the last thing is earth stakes. Now, in the electric fence video, I kept in editing wise, Corey putting in 1 earth stake, and not long after that he goes, "Oh, I'll actually put in another 2." And then someone in the comments said, "Oh, I think you should put in 3 earth stakes."
Yes.
So that person is correct, and that's exactly what we did. But I just
so the earth stake thing, earth stakes. I'll say that slowly so I can get it out. Earth stakes should be approximately 4 meters apart. They should be galvanized, and they go in the ground. That's basically it. You saw me put 1 in. We should have more. Yes, we will have more. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. So you've got, So, and in the video, Corey's I'm going to put another 2 in. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I think that is all. I think that's most of the questions from the videos themselves.
Hopefully.
Okay, great.
That's good.
Apart from wanting to see you dance and asking how Summer is liking her new space.
You had your chance when you were here.
It doesn't. It doesn't look like we've got any more questions regarding fencing. Right. Okay.
No,
so you guys are all full bottle on that. Okay.
Oh, I made pork and fennel sausage rolls today for lunch. Just saying, they were pretty tasty. They were good with our own pork mince. That was good. We're getting pretty good mileage out of all our pork.
Yeah, it's going really well.
So it's going great. So that was my little lunch effort.
Okay, so what we've been doing probably the last week or 2 is kind of revisiting the homestead budget. If you can hear tip tapping in the background, it's hippopotamus.
Hippo, she's down here. Hi.
No, she wants attention. She wants.
You know what she wants.
Yeah. Do you want to go sort her out?
You explain to the followers, to the people.
Okay. So the last couple of weeks we've been working on our homestead budget, which we kind of go back and review every now and then just to make sure things are on track. And we're also planning out our next run of projects. There's always projects to do on a homestead. You guys know that. You can't do them all at once, labor-wise, financial-wise, that sort of thing. So, all right.
I'm trying to shake the table. Oh, okay. I'm back.
Good job. So,
what a miss.
Just talking about budget.
Budget.
Rachel said hi, Hippo. Hey, Hippo. Rachel said hi. Okay. So, upcoming projects. One is we need new chicken coop.
Oh. Yeah.
So, chicken math being what it is, we've got quite a few chickens now. Chicken mama who had 10 babies.
All 10 survived.
Oh yeah, they're going great. They're going great guns. They're
bigger than her. She's a bantam.
Yeah.
And they're bigger than her now. It's hilarious.
And quite a few of them are hens, so they'll be kind of staying in the flock.
They'll be getting kept.
most likely. If not like sold, we could sell them. The roosters will be processed. So yeah, we've got quite a few chickens, and that coop that we installed
the little cubby coop thing that you saw.
Yeah, that we kind of.
It's getting a little bit on the smaller side.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got the hiccups now. You might have to scare me or something. Yeah, so it's getting a bit on the smaller side, so we need to build another one.
So that is on the cards. We're building it in a completely different part of the yard.
Over towards the cows.
Yeah.
Because currently it's in the opposite direction.
So because what we want to do is kind of consolidate our efforts, like walking down to look after the cows, look after the chickens. It's all on kind of the same loop. Yep. So we're going to focus our energy, our animal energy down one side of the homestead. So that will be good. It's going to be bigger. It's going to have like a run. It's going to be, secure.
It's going to be 8 meters by 2.7 meters.
That's the current plan.
2.4 meters high. There's going to be like a 2 or 3 meter section that's going to be enclosed with like tin insulated on the western wall and the roof for that harsh sun, and then there'll be like the remaining bit 5 meters or whatever will be open cage. So if we happen to go out or something, or if we're going out for the day and we're not going to be back at night, because currently we've got to come back by dark if we're out and shut the chickens in because they don't have a run, they just have like sleeping quarters. We'll just be able to leave them in like during the day. And they'll have plenty of room to go around in, and then we won't have to worry about locking them up come like dusk.
Yep.
Because they'll already be locked up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's great. And that's that will require some. Corey got a new toy.
No, we got a new toy.
Yeah,
Remember?
we got a new toy for the homestead.
It's no I. It's we.
Yes. We have
a new
25 chickens now, and we have a new toy.
Yeah, we got a new little welder the other day.
Okay, so and the little welder, it's a mobile one, right? So Corey's current welder is a big kind of 100-kilo one on, like on a trolley,
big
and
trolley
like
thing, and a big gas ball, and it's too hard to wheel around outside.
And a number of our projects are going to require welding, working with steel. So we kind of invested in this. It's very reasonable. Yeah. It was a lot
for anyone that knows a little bit about welders or whatever, it's a Unimig 135 gas/gasless stick welder. It's only like a little unit. It was $330 just for the welder. It only weighs 4 kilos or something. It's tiny. It's just like a shoebox. So I can like strap it on my back with the generator. Maybe not put the generator on my back, but just have a lead, and I can just pull the nails out of your nail bag, or just like start welding crap everywhere.
So it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm going to teach Amanda how to weld, and we're going to do a little video on how easy this is to use.
Yeah, I mean, because we were talking about how most people can figure out how to get 2 bits of wood like screwed together, like a drill and a screw together.
It doesn't weld good.
No. But like a lot of people kind of get like freaked out at the idea of welding. I mean, I don't weld. I don't need to weld because he welds. But we're going to use it as an opportunity to show like how easy it is. So I thought people might like to learn that, or at least get an insight into how easy it is to learn it.
Yeah.
And
it'd be pretty basic.
About adding it to their kind of skill set.
Not too much like details on the ins and outs, but just basically turn it on, show you what to do. Join 2 bits of steel together. Yes.
Yeah. So we'll do that. Okay, so we've got the chicken coop. We've been wanting to like expand a little space out the front of Corey's shed for a while.
Yep.
So it's undercover.
Because as you know, we don't have much cover. Like when it's raining, everything goes in the shed.
Yeah.
So we want to make a little 6 meter by 6 meter
kind of carport thing, and that will be like a flat covered area.
Yeah.
So that's on the cards as well. We've been planning for that for a while.
Yeah. When did we move here? 2020.
Yeah.
We planned. Yep.
Yeah. So we're coming up to our 6 month, our 4-year anniversary.
Whew.
So Yeah. Okay. So that, and we have a cow. Cow's pregnant. She's going to be having a baby. And when she has a baby, we're going to be milking her. So we need like a cow shelter, milking stanchion, that sort of thing. So that is on the cards as well. She's due to calf sometime like December, I think. So that's kind of the time limit for us on that. So we'll be working on that as well. They're probably like going to be kind of our focus projects over the next few months. So
that'll be
sure,
cool.
they're all stuff that I think people might want to see, like how we construct our stanchion and like the setup inside the cow shelter, because we're going to set up our
a few ideas.
Going to set up a solar power system independently on the cow shelter. We're going to have our old.
It'll have hot water unit.
So I'm going to have like hot water and a sink in there. We've got some stainless steel sinks up the back. Might even have enough power to have like a fridge in there.
Oh, that's the idea.
So be able to like get milk kind of straight into the fridge. And that will be a good kind of overflow, because we don't have a very big fridge inside the house. And I'm guessing that with just the two of us, we'll probably end up with more milk than we can just use on a daily basis. And that way, when we get to a certain amount, I can like take that and make cheese or something, which is another thing. I need to learn how to make cheese.
Yes, you do.
Okay. So that's another thing I need to do between now and then. So that's all on the cards. That's kind of the big projects plus all the little bits and pieces we're doing. So we'll try to show you guys as much of that as possible. If there's any particular part of that you're like, okay, I really want to know about X, we'll try to do that. Our 5 Acre Farm would love a video about how you manage the chickens, roosters, and the little baby chicks. Were they all together, or did you keep them separate until they were older? We did keep them separate. They are still separate because there are 10 babies and mum.
There's no room in there.
And there's no room in the coop. And this is why the new coop is so urgent. At the moment, she hasn't tried to. She's staying with them. She hasn't tried to get them
in there.
I think she's aware there's nowhere for them to go. So she's like, okay, this is our little coop. And the two, like it's a little wire mobile coop.
One of those half round ones.
And it's not super secure, but can't really do much about that at the moment. Which is why we're but it's right near the other
one. They were born out near the shed, near some building material, because that's where she likes to lay eggs, right? Amanda caught them basically the next day or that day?
It was within it was
within a few days, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, I think one day, it was like one day we actually found her. I was like, oh, this is where you are.
Yeah.
And then it was like a couple of days later, there was a couple of chicks, and then the next day there was 10 chicks, and we're like, okay, things are going to start getting out of hand really quickly if she is trying to manage 10 chicks. And that's when we transitioned her to.
So we got all of them, the 10 chicks and the baby, put them in the little half round coop thing.
10 chicks and the mama.
10 chicks and the mama, with a little door on the front of it. We used to put a bit of mesh in front of the door that was about half a metre higher, and open the door, and that way the mama could jump out, but the babies couldn't fly over the mesh. They stayed in there, and then until they were approximately, I'm guessing
But she eventually starts.
Like a good handful size, per chicken. That's when we started opening the door and letting them out.
When we transferred them from where she laid them to the small, dedicated coop, I could fit 3 in one hand. So,
actually, I think there was a few times where the chickens actually were jumping up onto the mesh and getting out as well.
Yeah, so she actually teaches, that's part of what she does. We noticed this with her last clutch, is she teaches them to jump and fly and stuff. So we wanted to have a barrier there so she could go through that process to teach them how to jump. She would repeat the action and they'd be like flying up, trying to jump as well. And she would just repeat it until they kind of get it, and she'd be like, come on. Yeah. Until they get it. So
you little chicks, come on.
So they just have this dedicated space. And they're still in there.
Yeah.
That's the answer to that.
And they're a mixture of hens and roosters, as Amanda said. And yet they they hang around the backyard, they venture out, they go outside the fence, they're everywhere. And then about 5 o'clock, a bit after, I go down, or Amanda goes down, and
we
them
lock
up in
them
their
away
thing.
first. Yeah.
And then about half an hour later, we lock the big ones up in the bigger coop. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Hello from South Carolina. Hello, Three Rivers Forge. How are you?
Hey. You called us. Must be early there. Okay. Okay. So.
How do you say this? Off camping? Is that off camping, Andy?
Off camping.
Corey, look at my last post. Stop looking away. Oh, where's your last post? Is that on? Oh, up here. Off camping. Hey guys. Shit. Up to. All right, remember, strong. Go up. Hey guys, super keen to visit. You interested in a hip camp fee? I've seen a lot of.
No, we're not looking into hip camp at the moment.
No.
Okay,
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Gypsy Heart Soul. My hair is flowing. It's growing like long, considering it wasn't too long. It was like I'd shaved it pretty. Yeah. So.
Are you just doing an L?
No, it's it was just spiky.
I couldn't see the screen because the camera's in front of it.
It's like a little mohawk style.
Okay.
But yeah, it's growing. So yeah.
Three Rivers Forge, 4:30 in the morning.
You're hardcore.
You're up having your. Is that your first coffee?
Oh, it'd be Sunday morning. Yeah. Okay. Maybe you're still out from a night.
Could
night
be,
party.
or you're just getting home.
Rach said the world would be interesting to watch. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think it's a great skill to add to any homesteaders. Oh, look,
it's so easy. Like just making you want to do a little repair on the chook pen or fix a gate. Just so simple.
Hi, Bronwyn. Yep, great for you to join us. Glad you could catch us live. Giselle asked, do you have a video about your transition to owning a property and homesteading?
Well, we do.
We do. It's called Tradies to Homesteaders, and
it's a while ago now.
Yeah,
probably
it's done a while ago.
Like a year ago.
Yeah, it might be even more, year and a half ago.
Yeah.
We were thinking about maybe having another conversation around that. There's a lot of people that are out there, like wondering, like they have this dream, and like where do you start? Like how do you get where you are? And ours wasn't just we found this thing we wanted to do and like we just did it like the next 6 months or year. Like this was like a
years and years to get
3 or 4 year process.
Yeah.
So it was like a long. We played the long game, right?
And you said we're going to do it. We should do another video, shouldn't we? Is that what you said before?
Yeah, we're talking about maybe like talking a little bit more in detail, like the actual steps we took to get us to our dream place. Yeah. And we're 4 years here. We came to a vacant property, so we are still in the process of building our dreams. So I mean, that's still in the process. How do we actually? If that's the sort of thing, maybe you're also thinking about to sell. Let me know. That would be interesting.
Yeah. We got Insane Tuna. Insane Tuna. Hi, I just had my first coffee, and it's 10:30 here in the Netherlands. I presume that's 10:30 in the morning, because you couldn't have coffee at 10:30 at night, could you? I can't. I can only have coffee in the morning. After like 10 o'clock, I can't have coffee. Keeps me awake for too long at night.
I don't drink coffee.
No, you don't drink coffee.
Not because I'm like one of those. I'm too good to drink coffee. It's just awful. Yeah, I love the idea of coffee. I love the idea of coffee culture. It looks so like comforting and
Insane Tuna here this morning.
Yeah. But I can't get over the taste. I'm not into it. So
can I just have a quick little butt in about the chook pen?
Yes.
I'm trying to think of a name for the chook pen, right? Now
we've come up with some
a few
horrible ones.
Right. But
so bad.
The best name has already been taken. Okay. Falcatraz is the ultimate name for a chook pen. So I won't name our chook pen Falcatraz just on principle.
We're not going to steal it, Rachel.
Because Rachel has named it from Bush Edge. So I was trying to come up with like, what are the most secure buildings in the world, right? So we've got like the Pentagon. So we could have called it like the Henagon or the Chickagon. You got the White House. That's pretty secure. So we could have called it like the Hen House. But then it sounds like something like Porky's Revenge or something. All right. So if you come up with a name and think of a name that's got like the word chicken or hen or something in it and something secure, drop it in a comment because I'm pretty keen. Call it Parliament House. It's a friggin' chook bin.
Bronwyn asked, when in the process did you decide to YouTube? Okay, so we started filming, we started doing our first videos in 2020, like after we just got here. We always thought it'd be nice to have
Four chooks.
Four chooks. Oh, that's cool.
I like it.
Have a record of like our process. Because when we were dreaming and planning, we got a lot of our information, inspiration from YouTube, and we wanted to be able to provide that too, as Aussie homesteaders, because we were watching like a lot of people in the US, but we couldn't find a lot of Aussie homesteaders on YouTube. Yeah. So we're like,
we really struggled.
Yeah. So so if you go back to our first videos in 2020, not long after we first moved here, and we just kind of continued on. We've had like a couple of breaks along the way, but we keep coming back.
And George, foul knocks. Sounds like onyx, like a spray. And we just thought, like, because we had 5 acres before for many years. Yeah, you trademarked that Fort Chooks, just so no one else can grab it. Oh yeah, if you're gonna call your chook pen Fort Chooks, sorry, it's already taken. So we had 5 acres before for a long time, and we used to work in the building trade all the time. So we just thought doing the YouTube thing might be good to come here to a vacant land and just show people just how we do stuff, because we have a fair bit of building like knowledge that we've gained over the years, and we can kind of can do a lot of stuff.
We've got a diverse.
We may not do it well, but we can kind of do it.
I think we do it all right. It might be unconventional.
I am all about unconventional. Yes. Don't worry about that. So, yes.
Mark said he loves your corner fence post idea. Thanks, Mark.
Oh, thank you, Mark. Where's that comment?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, nice.
Nearly at the top.
Yep. Just because I like making stuff, and I can't justify paying so many dollars for stuff you get from the shop these days. It's just, I just feel bad because the quality's not there.
Chook Chariot, if it's mobile. It won't be mobile. But we'll keep that one in reserve because there had been talk about once we start rotational grazing of the cows, we might have a mobile, a chicken tractor type thing happening.
Oh, Gunnar One Day's here. Hello, I presume that's Denise, possibly. Denise or Paul. Damn, I was in the shower. I didn't know you guys were on live. Yes, we're still here. We've been going for 37 minutes and 23 seconds now.
Oh, wow.
Waffling on.
Yes. Giselle's ex-Sandgroper. Okay, hi. Sandgroper is...
Oh, Bush Edge. What about no escape?
Ah! I'm writing that one down.
Amanda's writing that one down too. Escape. Yeah. Good. So I hope that answered the YouTube kind of questions, and we got a bit sidetracked. I've thrown the chook pen name thing in there, and it's like going nuts.
Yeah, was in the shower. Didn't know you were on live.
Lucky you weren't on live in the shower.
Lucky. Thanks, Bronwyn. Thank you for saying that. We're inspiring. Sometimes when you dream something and you want to try to achieve it, it helps when she's fine. Okay. She's fine.
Can you put your lid on that bottle?
Oh my goodness. It helps to see that it's possible. And that's basically, how we do things might not be how you do things, but just seeing like two kind of everyday people doing our dream, achieving our dream. We didn't do it easily, but we did it. So it's just saying, yep, this is possible. And this is how it went for us. So that's good. Thank you for saying, give us a thumbs up. Appreciate that. Oh, we've got 12 thumbs up.
Hey, nice.
So
there's a few more comments coming now. They're a few sentences long, so I've got to read them.
Do you see it as one of your main IGA? Sorry, Bronwyn, what do you say as one of your main IGA? I'm not exactly sure.
Oh, here, income generating activities.
Oh, okay.
I thought IGA was a supermarket. Sorry.
YouTube, not yet. No, it's great for a little bit extra.
It's
every
paying
month.
for the dog food each month, the dog biscuits, put it that way.
So I mean, maybe if we get bigger, more subs, I don't know. So I mean, who knows what it will be like next year, or maybe it'll be much the same. So up until now, like we've been doing it for 4 years, and you starting YouTube, it's not always a great idea to start it. It's not a get rich quick thing.
No.
So,
and I think the Australian homesteading scene is it's a lot smaller than the American homesteading.
Yeah, it's tough to get to get pushed out there by YouTube, which is fine. But that's not.
Yeah.
We certainly have nothing against earning money from YouTube, and but obviously we're not. It's not paying for.
I mean, look, if people watch our videos and they go, I'd like to do that, or I can do that. If we just get, one person or, 3 people that actually take the plunge and go, I'm going to sell everything like we did, basically. Sold everything and moved to a vacant block of land and started again. All we had was a sea container full of our life, basically. If anyone's going to take the plunge to do that, I just wish them the best of luck. And if they can pick up a bit of information on stuff that we've done and how to do it, that's awesome. That's great. So that's kind of how we feel.
Mark says, I have a farm with 3.4 kilometres of fencing. It's 125 acres. We're retiring to. That corner post idea will make the same. Really love it. All mine are wood and getting weak. Yeah. So
and a lot of the stuff when you do yourself, if you can make it yourself, you save all that money on labour, basically. You don't charge your own time. When I'm out in the shed just dicking around doing stuff, I enjoy it, and it's it's great. So
Insane Tuna's asking about your surgery. We did touch on this when the lives first started, but do you want to give?
Oh yes, foot's going great. The pain I used to have, like the little lightning bolt I describe it as going up through my foot on each step, is gone. I'm good on the flat ground, but when I'm outside on the uneven ground, I've really got to sort of focus on each step that I take, because my foot doesn't kind of have that movement, Physio's going good. Been doing a few little dance routines with the physio, little stretches and stuff. So we're just working on strength in all the other moving parts of the foot, because, as you know, there's a lot of bones in the foot that move, and I've only taken the movement out of the main, tibia bone to talus joint, so that main, movement of the foot, but all the other ones are still moving. So we're just working on that strength.
Yoska says, I'd love video chat about how to combine paid employment with homesteading. We have some land but not living on it yet. We'll have a mortgage though, so definitely one of us will need to work. Yep. And actually, when we were chatting about the steps we took to get to where we are, that was one of the big pieces. Obviously, we can go into more detail if we make a video about it. But basically, we were both tradies. So one of the things we did was chose a property that was in, decent proximity to a main employment centre. So if we had to, we could commute. But at the same time, when we're going through this planning and buying process, I started to upskill in a different career, doing writing. At that time, it was pre-pandemic and not many people were working remotely, but I knew that you could, do things like design websites and do copywriting, and that's what I ended up doing copywriting. I knew you could do those remotely. So I just started upskilling in that, and now 5 years later,
I can have 6 months off.
Now 5 years later, that is my main source of income. And has been for a number of years now. I work permanent part-time for a company out of Sydney. I don't have to leave the homestead. My office overlooks the homestead. It's very flexible, so I can start and stop and go out and attend to the chickens or what have you. It's great. And
it's fantastic.
Then once we got here and we realized we don't actually want to commute into the city, we did try a couple of times. and it just sucked.
Yeah,
So,
to be honest, because it was so nice here. It was so life changing. Oh, yeah. It was so life changing, like to be here, and like then we started going back to the building trade, like from here, and it's like,
yeah,
that's just what we used to do, and we're over it, just over it. You know?
Yeah, and so leading up to coming to this place and buying this place, we went through like a whole debt-free journey type thing.
Yep.
So our expenses were quite low once we were here. So we could afford to have like a reduced income. Corey kind of just started working locally.
Like I just got a gardening job working for a local lady who had gardening around. She put an ad on the local page. I rang up, said, I'm keen, and that was just like $30 an hour.
Yeah.
Just go and push a mower and rake leaves and push a broom, and it was great.
And then just like met people, networked, and then now prior to his surgery, Corey was doing kind of property management for a couple of large properties around the place, and
and that's what I'll go back to, but very
ease your way into it.
Ease my way into it. Yeah.
So that's a big question. Like, I don't think coming here we said, okay, we're going to get onto this property and find a way to make money from the property so the homestead is supporting us. We kind of...
Because our land is it's not farming land. It's basically 2 hills, a valley. It's
not suitable for cropping.
And there is 1 trillion rocks on it, right? Literally per square metre, 1 trillion rocks per square metre.
That's why we're in this major agricultural area, yet we've got this little chunk of 100 acres that no one's ever cropped because it's not suitable for that. We can run animals on it, but that's something we have to build up to with infrastructure. So that's like a future thing, but it wasn't like, let's try to sell enough eggs to pay for our bills. We always intended to work but have jobs that could easily integrate with the homesteading life. Hopefully that was answer some of your questions. You have a lot if you want an income from it. Oh, you have to have a lot of subs. Yeah. That's true. That's not us yet. But it's like it's like $200 a month at the moment.
And like the watch hours.
So, if we're
I don't think we've had a month where we've cracked 200 yet.
That was this. Yep, last month.
Oh,
yeah. So it's increasing all the time.
Are you keeping that to yourself?
No. So if we get like 5 times bigger, suddenly we're earning $1,000 a month. Then double that, and it's 2,000. I don't know. So, but that's you do need to have a lot of subs.
Yep, and Three Rivers Forge. I was just going to start a YouTube channel, but if I can't get rich quick. Because it sucks being poor. I hear you. Yeah.
Judith, that's why I asked a question a while back, because I would like to know what would be a base income that would be needed to live off grid once established, to a degree, of course. Yes. So Judith, you were asking about the budgeting question. That might have to be like
that's going to be a whole other video.
Yeah. There's certain ways that we budget. We do something called a zero-based budget. Which is based on like the income you have. Having zero is based around the income you have and allocating it in certain ways and certain percentages. And we've made sure that we haven't grown this homestead beyond our available income. So and as we add animals, it's always a discussion going, okay, so how much is that going to add to our budget every month? Budget is a big thing for us. It's what got us here, and it's what keeps us really focused. And because homesteading, man, it can become an expensive hobby, but it doesn't have to be.
It's not a cheap lifestyle.
It can be.
It
can. You can have a very simple, frugal life, but you can also spend a lot of money if you're not paying attention. So running a property is not. I think that's the part that isn't cheap. Everything's more expensive on a larger property. So
okay, bye, Kat and Justin. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you.
See you guys.
They're off.
Yeah, we're coming up to 50 minutes. Let me
Off
see
for
if
dinner.
there are,
Well, quick, just jump a few comments and see
or even
read
just
a few
change a
comments.
way of thinking how you've done. Thanks for your answers. Love your outlook. No worries, Bronwyn. Glad you appreciate it. Gonna One Day Homestead is in the middle of their exciting transition. So if you guys
you should check them out. They've got a YouTube. Gonna One Day.
See the experience of someone that's like in the thick of it right now, then that is really interesting. Mark said I can weld. Made up all the ramps to my house, and we built at the farm.
Lovely.
Channel, you guys are awesome. Doing all your self-respect. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
Yep. Everything's sounding positive. Like we couldn't have hoped for a better outcome from Corey's surgery.
Yep. Heard like a lot of nightmare surgery stories about what I had done, and it's going really great. It is very happy.
Mark said, "Have you thought about running goats?" We had cattle at our place, but they were too hard work. Goats, you need the proper fences. They take very little looking after.
Sorry, all the babies are coming up to sit on the ramp outside here because it's getting towards time to. It's like, come on, Dad, put me away.
Yeah.
Goats, we like goats because we really much prefer goat meat than sheep meat, right?
Yeah.
But if they just weren't so difficult to keep in.
Yeah, we do have concerns because we're like right in the middle of agricultural area. We can't.
Yeah. Like our next door neighbour got a 400-acre crop in. If we lose 10 goats over there, I don't think we'll be getting them back anytime soon.
Yeah, we won't be very popular.
So,
and we've had cows before, and we've really enjoyed having them, like personality wise, and we'll see. It's not off the table. So definitely not off the table.
Yeah. And I don't think there's anything cuter than a baby goat just like hopping around. Maybe a baby pig because they're pretty cute too. But like a baby goats, come on, they are pretty cute.
Cool. All right. I think we've caught up with everybody's questions.
Okay.
We've got some awesome suggestions for the chook pen: Fort Chooks, Foul Knocks, No Escape, Poultry Penitentiary, and Poultry or Poultridge Prison. So we've got a few great ideas that will help us. Yeah, will help us get started. Yeah. So I guess we'll find out what we end up calling it. So
now, our main rooster is called Bruce, right? Like he's like the boss man, Bruce. Now I just looked at that poultry penitentiary.
Yeah.
Maybe we change Bruce's name to Chopper.
Well, I mean, Bruce is kind of like a good name for like the head like rooster on the block, you know.
I guess so. He's like a big Australorp, and he's like, he's pretty mean looking, but he's a bit of a softie.
Cool. All right, guys.
All right, are we done?
Let's wrap up now. Won't keep you any longer on your your Sunday evening.
They've just spent 53 minutes.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Hopefully, the answers to your questions were helpful, and
Yeah. Yep.
And you had a good time.
And if they rewatch this and you got any questions about anything we talked about, put them in the comment section, and Amanda will get notifications, and we'll have a bit of a chat, and we'll try and answer them. That's it. Thumbs up, folks. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys. You guys have a lovely Sunday evening.
See you later.
See ya.
You gonna wave, Dozer? He's like.